The brain is the most complex part of our body. It controls our motor skills, memory, feelings, and so much more. Like most health issues, early detection is vital. Last year, Bruce Willis retired from acting because of aphasia. It's a disorder that impacts speech. Just a month ago, his family shared the condition had progressed to a rare form of dementia. There's no cure for that, but early detection can help to make lifestyle changes that can delay the disease. Steve Marler with Advanced Body Scan shares how this specific brain MRI can detect brain tumors, aneurysms, Alzheimer's, and dementia way before symptoms even appear. Steve, a lot of people know that I had a brain aneurysm that burst, and oftentimes that can be hereditary. So my son is, Mom, I'm glad I got your smile, but I don't want your aneurysm. This particular scan can actually check for things like that and so many other things in the brain.
That's correct. So we do first what's called an MRI of the brain, which is looking at volumetrics or looking for tumors or other issues. And then at the same time, we do what's called an MRA. And that is a process where it removes everything, but you see just the vessels in the brain. And it's an amazing image if you've ever seen one. But then to follow that up, we have a technology called Neural Reader that we send all this data to, and it does an AI overread over all of the data that we developed from this nice machine behind us here. Those two combined can tell you so many things about your brain and the vessels in them.
Yeah, aneurysms, strokes, chronic conditions like multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, and dementia. Recently in the news, we know that Bruce Willis was finally diagnosed. I say finally because it took a long time to figure out what was going on with him. A form of dementia. This is something that this machine could pick up.
That's correct, and it's very close to me. As my mother, as we've talked about, had a late-stage cancer diagnosis. It's been all these years, still tough to talk about. But she also, from the ensuing care, got dementia. And it was a tragedy how she died, and it took a long time, and it was very painful. So this machine can diagnose and see those things at early stages.
There is no cure for Alzheimer's yet. There are some protocols that can help with some of the symptoms, and the people, at least if they know, they can prepare, right?
Yes, that's a key process, part of this process. And the machine behind us is the one that they actually use to have done so much research on this and testing with this device.
When a lot of people have an MRI or scans, it's usually because they're presenting with some serious symptoms that makes the doctor think, ooh, something's really wrong here. You want to catch them on the front end before something's wrong, and you can write our prescription for it, but we have the control to come into Advanced Body Scan and make an appointment.
Yes. My answer usually is when someone asks me that, I say, why wouldn't you do this scan? It's fast, it takes less than 30 minutes. It's non-invasive, there's no needles or dyes. And the outcomes are almost always better if we find any type of disease in the body at an early stage. Yeah. And we prove it every day. We've done tens of thousands of scans, had thousands and thousands of positive outcomes. In other words, we've improved people's lives by finding these diseases or irregularities at early stages. And so it just makes sense to do these scans for a preventive measure.
Yeah, well, you go get your physical every year. This is just a very vital added component, because while a doctor can go by some labs or go by your conversation or what they see on the outside, this combines what you're really seeing on the inside.
That's a great point, Deborah. We never recommend you stop doing the things you're doing. If you're doing preventive wellness now, keep doing those things. Doctor's visits, physicals, blood labs, whatever they are, don't stop. But this is an add-on to taking control of your health. And that's the key. You want it to be in yours and your doctor's hands, not some insurance company deciding on what you actually can get.
Yeah, Steve, I love you. I think you're a great friend, but this is my new best friend right over here.